Hey guys, this is Statton. Welcome to another Heart to Heart with Statton, where feelings matter but the facts come first. There's a subject I'd like to talk about. It's something that's always been in my mind for years now, but it's one that's been recently pulled to the front, largely to do with the fact that there are people that have stirred my mind on the subject. And it just has to do with skills, interest, and each for each and every individual. Now, what I mean by that is there's a lot of people out there that believe that every individual should be well-rounded. Everybody should be educated in literally every little thing. They should make it so that they're good at every little thing. And while that would be nice, it's just something that I wouldn't say it's impossible, but it's just not. I just don't believe it's something that we're meant to do as individuals. I think different people are actually meant for different things in life. For example, where I work, in fact, and it's not just where I work, but it's a lot of places where you go to work have different job positions. Some people are hired to do one thing. Other people are hired to do another thing. And the thing is they try to hire these people and put them where they belong in the workplace based on what they're good at, what they are the best at. Now, there are places, I believe I'm good at what I do where I work, but there are other job positions there where I don't think I can do quite as well. In fact, I think I'd be terrible at them. Does that make me an incompetent employee? Well, not necessarily. It doesn't mean I'm terrible at my job. It means I'd be terrible at that job. But the job I'm doing right now, I believe I do it very well. Am I perfect at it? No, I would never dare say I'm perfect at anything. But it's not just jobs. It's also like knowledge. I think sometimes, and there are rare situations where such things are called for, but I think in a lot of cases we need to kind of divide it and dissect it down a little bit. Like, we'll look at people and say, well, this person here is highly intelligent. This person here, average. This person here, not very intelligent at all. But I think it also depends on the subjects. There are people out there that may be great at history, but terrible at math, and vice versa. There are people that might be good with English that can write paragraphs that are grammatically correct 100%. That's a skill I would love to be able to do, especially since I love writing stories. But not everybody has that skill. I think if we were truly looking at the specifics, we should actually see it as, well, this person here is very intelligent when it comes to science, when it comes to biology, when it comes to math. But when it comes to history and whatnot, they're kind of lacking. When it comes to astronomy, not so well. When it comes to computers, once again, not so well. These are different subjects here. Some people are meant for some things in life and other people are meant for other things, but that's nothing to be ashamed of. I hope what I'm saying isn't too, I don't know. To me, as I'm listening to myself talk, it just seems like I'm just going all over the place. But I hope my point is getting out there, and that is sometimes we tend to those that think everybody should be well-rounded. I mean, I'm not saying that's necessarily wrong, but it is unrealistic. And not just that. It isn't just the fact that sometimes our skills don't fit everything, but it's also the fact that we don't have an interest in every little thing. Just as different people have different skills at different things, we have different interest. And our interest affect our skills on some level, I believe. I believe if your heart is really into something, you have a passion for it, I believe you can put forth all the effort into it, and your true skills in that come out, and you see that you're good at it. But there are other things that people may think you ought to learn, that you ought to be good at, and it turns out, no. You're probably average at best at it, or even a little below average at the thing other people want you to be good at. I don't think that's necessarily anything to be ashamed of. There are a lot of things I'm not good at. I can't. If you've heard my latest heart-to-heart video, you know that I'm afraid of heights. So I could never do anything that involves climbing tall things or going to high places. My skills would fail me on that. And I don't understand how computers work, which is ironic because I love video editing. It took me a while to learn how to do that. If you watch my earliest videos, there was literally no video editing in those videos. Anyways, but I do have an interest in things. I revealed to you in a earlier heart-to-heart video that I love ballroom dancing. I love it. Am I perfect at it? No. But I do have a desire for it. I think at best I'm average at it, but the more I practice, the better at it I get. And I tell you right now, I enjoy it. I truly do. And I love story writing. I want to become an author someday. I have a joy for that. I really get into it. There are so many jobs out there, like my cousin, who I spoke of in my last video, who went with us to Florida. He has skills that surpass me on so many things. If I remember correctly, he's a heart surgeon. That's something I could never do. But you know something? I'm okay with that. I don't have a desire to be a heart surgeon. I tell you, I haven't spoken to him in quite some time, but my cousin was actually one of my closest friends. And I still like to believe he is now, even though we haven't exactly had time to communicate. You know, life has kind of gotten in the way, and understandably so. He's a happily married man, and I think he might have a kid or two. And he is a heart surgeon. He has accomplished so much. He is truly an amazing person. I admire him for that, but that life is not for me. I acknowledge that I'll never be smart enough to be a heart surgeon. Now, when I say smart enough, once again, as I spoke of it earlier in this video, it isn't a matter of, I'm just not as intelligent as everybody else. I'm dissecting it down. I'm dividing my mind up on the subjects. And as far as the subjects go, as far as like being in the medical field of any kind, let alone be a heart surgeon. I'm not intelligent enough for that job. And I'm okay with that. Because there are other things I'm good at, things that I actually have a desire to do. I'd like to believe I'm good at writing stories. I've heard some good feedback from other people. And I like ballroom dancing. It truly makes me feel alive when I'm out there on the floor. I feel alive when I'm at home practicing it. I truly have a joy for it. Now, I hope someday to make a profession out of both. I would like to someday become a dance instructor. I would like to become an author. And there are a few other things I'd like to become. By no means, they're not up there with being a heart surgeon, but that's okay. I'm happy not being a heart surgeon. I'm happy doing the things I'm doing. I'm happy that I have the goals that I have. I recognize that I'm not going to be good at everything. There are things I'm going to be terrible at in life, but there are also things I'm going to be good at. Because these are the things my heart is in. And I guess the whole point of this video is for all of you that may be feeling down about yourselves because you don't feel like you're either well-rounded or that you're not skilled at the things that you believe you should be skilled, well, let me ask you this. What is your heart in? Where's your desire? What do you have a passion for? And is it something you can possibly make a career out of? It may be something that people won't agree with you on. Your friends and family may have your heart set on doing something else, but if this is where your heart's going and there's nothing wrong with it, bear in mind there are still wrong choices you can make. Your heart can sometimes point you in the wrong direction. And now you're probably thinking, well, Statton, if our hearts can point us in the wrong direction, then how are we supposed to know if it's right? Why ask us where's our heart pointing? Because we still got to use our heads over our heart. Some people tend to either have completely the wrong goals. For example, I don't want to judge too harshly, but I'm a person that goes on TikTok quite a bit to listen to different subjects. I'll sometimes visit live streams. Like maybe for like 10 minutes, I'll go to a live stream where they're playing like a Mario game, but it's supposed to be like a custom Mario game where they're going through obstacles that would be impossible for me. Those are skills that go beyond me for the time being. I mean, if you've seen my 2 Mario videos so far, you know I'm trying to get back in the hang of playing those games again. But as I was scrolling through those, there would be a random live stream that is off subject to what I've been looking for. Like, one of them happened to be this one girl, and before I scrolled past, I heard her say something that really bothered me. She said, I don't know who she was talking to. I think it was in the chat logs, someone she was responding to. But she's like, okay, people, let's start sending me gifts. You gotta send me gifts if you want to be worth my time. That bothered me. I'm not saying that TikTok is the only thing way she's getting an income, but I do believe there's a lot of people that try to use TikTok as their main source of income, and they try to pressure people, and then you got people like her who say, well, you gotta send me gifts if you want to be worth my time. I just scrolled past right there because I thought I didn't say it in the chat, but I fought the urge to. It said, Well, I I think you need to prove if you're really worth everybody else's time. Probably not the right attitude to have, but I hate the fact that this is what a lot of us have become. When I say a lot of us, I don't mean all of us, but a lot of us have become this way where we tend to force viewers, if we want to acknowledge them, oh yes, they have to do something for us that gives us some form of income. Don't get me wrong, it would be nice to be able to make money off of YouTube. I'm not there yet, it would be nice. But even if I never reach that point, I'll still continue it because I like entertaining people. I like making people smile. And I also like helping people with different pieces of advice regarding subjects that I've either experienced myself or the conclusion I've drawn to and with my own mind here. And I may not be right on every single thing I think about. I know I'm not right in all my opinions, but I try to help. And nobody has to pay me to do this. I enjoy doing it. Now, with that said, let's see, where was I going with this? Because I was talking about the girl, and something led me to that. Oh yeah, I remember now. The fact of the matter is, was she using TikToks as her main source of income? I don't know. But it did come off looking like that when I came across her platform. And there are some people that are stay at home that try to use social media to be their main source of income, which if they're successful at it, as long as they're doing it the right way, which is a very respectful way, then good for them. But if they're doing it like she is doing, where you're only worth their time if you pay them in some way, shape, or form, if you're able to do something that they can make a small income from it, then they'll just ignore you. That's wrong. If you want to use social media to make money, realize that until things kick off, until you make a decent amount of money from it, you're going to need a job aside from social media. You're going to need, and that job's going to have to be your main job, and social media is going to have to be more of your side thing. And that's the right way to go about it. Social media should always be a side thing until you make enough money from it that it becomes your main thing. But even then, there's still a wrong way to go about it, even if your heart's in it. And the subjects you're talking about, even if they are correct. Let's say my social media was nothing but heart-to-heart videos where I'm helping people. That's what I want to do. But there's still a wrong way for me to go about it if I ever wanted to make money off of it. Like, I'm not going to quit my job. I'm not going to dedicate every second of every day into making these videos, because then I'm not making an income and I'm failing at living an adult life. Now, if there ever comes a time where I do become successful at this stuff, I don't believe I ever will. That doesn't mean I'm not going to try my best at it. I'm just saying I'm at the bottom of the barrel. I'm starting this gaming channel late into the game, so to speak, compared to other YouTubers, and I'm okay with that. It's just, we got to remember there are right goals and then there are wrong goals, and even when you have the right goals, there's a wrong way to approach those goals. So, ask yourself, where does your heart lie? What do you have a passion for? And don't forget to use your head over your heart when you're letting your heart lead you. Ask yourself, okay, this is where my desires are taking me, but is this right? Is this correct? Is this something? Is there anything wrong with me doing this? And if there's nothing wrong with it, next thing you ought to ask yourself is, what's the right way to go about accomplishing these goals? For example, I'm gonna stick to the job I have now. I think before I go to school to become a ballroom dance instructor, I should probably put forth a lot of my work into book writing while working at the warehouse where I work now. Thereby, I'm making a decent income from work. Then I'm dedicating my time at home for book writing, and whatever free time I have, I can put into making videos like this, and hope for the best. If I can get any books published, see what kind of extra income I get from that, and merge that with the income that I get from the workhouse. Or not workhouse, warehouse. Got so into what I was saying that I need to focus more on how I word it. Anyways, don't let the things that you're not good at bog you down, because you may find that the things you are good at are the things you're meant to do, and you may find that there are things you're good at that a lot of people are not good at. Different people are meant for different things. So, with that said, I hope you all enjoyed this, and I hope this helps you in any way. My name is Statton. Like, share, and subscribe. And you all have yourselves a wonderful day.